in our ministry and ministries all around the world who listen to what I tell them, I say this: don't criticize God's people.
A controversial statement from one of Nigeria's most prominent pastors has ignited intense debate across religious circles and social media platforms. Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, founder of Christ Embassy, has declared that those who criticize men of God will face curses, sparking widespread discussion about religious authority and accountability. You're watching RNN TV, your trusted source for breaking news and in-depth analysis across Nigeria. During what appears to be a teaching session with his ministry, Pastor Oyakhilome warned his followers, saying, "I tell my family members the same thing. Leave them alone because there are curses against those who do so. If you do, you find out sickness won't leave your home, there would always be one terrible thing about your family." The Christ Embassy leader went further to describe criticism of religious leaders as acts of ignorance.
In our ministry and ministries all around the world who listen to what I tell them, I say this: don't criticize God's people, especially the ministers of God. I said, leave them alone.
He advised people to desist from waging war against the Church of God, describing it as a revered institution which cannot be defeated, and warned that criticizing men of God brings damnation. Pastor Oyakhilome specifically cautioned his ministry members and family against joining those who criticize pastors and other religious leaders. His message emphasized that such criticism would result in persistent problems and misfortunes for entire families. The statement has generated significant reactions across Nigeria's religious landscape. Some supporters view the pastor's words as biblical truth, pointing to scriptural references about not touching God's anointed. They argue that spiritual leaders deserve respect and protection from criticism due to their divine calling. However, critics have raised concerns about religious accountability and the potential for such statements to shield pastors from legitimate scrutiny. Many argue that religious leaders, like all public figures, should be open to constructive criticism and accountability measures. The controversy highlights ongoing tensions in Nigeria's vibrant religious community between respect for spiritual authority and calls for transparency. Nigeria, with one of the world's largest Christian populations, has seen numerous debates about pastoral accountability in recent years. Social media platforms have been flooded with reactions ranging from strong support to fierce opposition. Some users have shared testimonies supporting the pastor's position, while others have questioned whether such statements discourage healthy dialogue within religious communities. Religious scholars note that this debate reflects broader questions about the role of pastors in contemporary Nigerian society.
For the Bible says, whatever they do unto the Lord. Are you hearing me? You are not the one to accuse another man's servant. To his master he stands or falls. And he says, yea, God is able to make him stand. And I tell you, I said, don't join anybody to criticize other ministers. Don't do it. Don't do it. I said the same thing to family members. I said, don't criticize any minister. Leave them alone. Because there are curses against those who do. Then you find sickness never leaves your home. There will always be some terrible thing about some members of your family. No. Don't join those who do. They're ignorant. They're ignorant. You may say to me, but not everybody who says is a minister is a minister. Leave that. That is not your business. Leave them with God. There's so much more for you to do than to find yourself going after the church of Jesus Christ. If Satan pushes you and you do it, you have yourself to blame.
With millions of followers and significant influence, statements from prominent religious leaders often spark national conversations. The timing of these comments has added to their impact, coming at a period when many Nigerians are grappling with economic challenges and looking to religious leaders for guidance and hope. Pastor Oyakhilome, who leads one of Nigeria's largest Pentecostal churches with branches worldwide, has previously made controversial statements that have attracted both strong support and criticism. His Christ Embassy ministry claims millions of followers across multiple continents. The debate also touches on fundamental questions about freedom of expression within religious contexts. While many Christians believe in showing respect to pastoral authority, others argue that healthy questioning and accountability are essential for church growth and integrity. As discussions continue across pulpits, social media, and family gatherings, this controversy appears likely to fuel ongoing debates about the balance between reverence for spiritual leaders and the need for transparency in religious institutions. The pastor's supporters maintain that his words reflect biblical principles about respecting God's anointed, while critics argue for the importance of accountability in all leadership positions, including religious ones. This story continues to develop as religious communities across Nigeria grapple with questions of authority, accountability, and the role of criticism in spiritual growth. The conversation reflects the complex relationship between faith, leadership, and transparency in one of the world's most religious nations. This has been your update from RNN TV. Stay informed, stay thoughtful, stay connected.